Hey guys, what's up? It's Eliat. What I've been doing during this quarantine is I just finished this puzzle. I decided I wanted to show you guys how I write my song. So today we're gonna go over my song, Another Sign.
Make it all right, as long as above us the stars are aligned. Baby, I don't need another sign.
First things first, I want to show you guys the instrumental that I laid out. I will go into all of the presets, plugins, and all that. By the way, if you guys don't know already, I 100% make my songs from stock Logic. It is not an artistic choice whatsoever. It is just because I don't want to spend money until I'm sure about the plugins that I buy. Stock Steinway grand piano just sounds very staccato, and I like that. The plugins I used for that are here. There's a channel EQ, and we'll go into that real quick. It's a pad warmer. Yeah, this is really important. Let me play the piano by itself. With the pad warmer, it sounds like this. Add all the other stuff, compressor, tape delay, chroma verb, and fat effects. Soft muffled, but with that chroma verb. I have it at 30% wet at concert hall, film music hall, concert hall. So the next thing I'm going to talk about before we get into the bass is the harp. With the piano, it sounds like this. Under all of that, we have the calming waves. The bass will come in just to accentuate the impact points. I'm realizing now that I actually use a snap from Splice.
I 100% make my songs from stock Logic.
This acoustic guitar. How could I forget? I have this reverse piano. If you see these lines right here, these faint lines, I did a touch sensitivity thing for the fat effects. First thing I did with this reverse is I threw on a volume automation. It goes from negative 4.9 back to 0. Second thing I did, get this fat effects here. You'll see that it'll change. Moving on to the chorus. We have this monster bass and this deep sub bass. Other than that, we just have our drums. I've always had a fascination with like double beats and stuff, so I think it's really cool hearing the syncopated hi-hat with the bass and the kick being so simple. Okay, now to the lyrical content. The way that I approached this song was I made the instrumental first. Up here, I will have the measures repeating, and as it's repeating, I'll usually have a notebook and I'll write down some lyrics that come to mind. I don't know anything about retrograde or Mercury, Gatorade, or all that. I don't know anything about Gatorade. I don't really like Gatorade. I know that the word retrograde has relevance to some space. I came up with the first line, do you really think it's worth it to put behind every memory we've made? The word circuit, which circuit is a relevant term to electronics and memory. So there's like a lot of meanings, double meanings, triple meanings into this little tiny passage where memory and circuit kind of connect, and circuit and retrograde connect because space and circular movement and motion and all this stuff, and like it doesn't really mean anything to anybody else except for me. Maybe you're an engineer who's a hopeless romantic and you're like, wow, that's cool. Otherwise, if you're just a regular consumer, I think it just sounds like a cool little passage. Like, do you really think it's worth it to put behind every memory we've made? Do you? I like to implement words that I'll be using multiple times in multiple songs. In this case, I mentioned my purpose. I'm in a song called Aisle. I talk about my purpose. If you could just give me some time so I could make it all right. As long as above us the stars are aligned. Baby, I don't need another sign. One of my first songs I've ever written was Repeat Sign. This song has no significance in relation to Repeat Sign, really, but the way that I was thinking about it originally was, I wrote this song called Repeat Sign, and it would be cute if I was like, I don't need another sign. So it's like, I don't know, my brain functions way differently than most people. As long as above us the stars are aligned, kind of relating back to the circuit, retrograde, space thing, no matter where you are in the song, whether you're in the first line or the last line, make sure that it feels comfortable within whatever else you've written in tandem. If you don't write your own instrumentals, I will be making a songwriting tips video, so please stay tuned for that. Without further ado, this is my song, Another Sign. So yeah, peace.
Do you really think it's worth it? Put behind every memory we've made. We've been moving in a circuit, but we're still going retrograde. I've been looking for my purpose, 'cause you took it when you went away. Sorry that I couldn't find the words to say. If you could just give me some time, so I could make it alright. As long as above us the stars are aligned, baby, I don't need another sign. I don't need another sign. I don't need another
Damn, boy, he's sick.